Bilzerian has officially failed. Good riddance. You know what I'm saying? Shout out SunnyV2. Let's check it out.
Nothing feels better than winning when people are patiently waiting to see you fail. Dan, you've lost 1 million followers in the last 12 months. See, price plummets so low you had to take it off the stock exchange, and now spend the rest of your time copying Andrew Tate.
Yeah, we're gonna start a website called Sigma Society.
While rambling about politics on Twitter. This is basically the definition of failure, and here's exactly how it happened. Dan Bilzerian took his company Ignite public at a price of $2.50 per share back in January 2019, a time at which his career was going perfectly. His Instagram was gaining 400,000 followers per month. In a $65 million mansion. Importantly, everybody believed that his lifestyle was real. That would be until July 2020, 18 months after Ignite started, when Dan fired Ignite's vice president, who then sued Dan Bilzerian for unfair dismissal, in the process completely exposing his phony business model. For starters, the lawsuit explained that Dan Bilzerian hadn't actually paid $65 million for his mansion, but the property was rather rented for $2.4 million per year. On top
I'm gonna be honest. If you got it, 2.4 million instead of paying 65 million, 2.4 million for rent is not. If you got it, it's not that bad for that big of a fucking house. It's a bit. It's annual. It's not monthly. It's annual. So 2. Dang. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But that's a big ass fucking house. Hold on. I'm replying to somebody. Where my calculator at? Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay, there you go. Alright, 2.4 million Bavilion. Oh, damn. 2.4 million Zazilia. Damn it. 2.4 million Fafilion. Okay. Divided by 12. That's $200,000 a month.
top of this, it was shown that Bilzerian paid for the travel expenses of the rotating cast of models that permanently accompany Bilzerian wherever he goes, despite Dan consistently stating that the girls were there voluntarily.
Do you pay these girls to come?
Despite Dan rotating cast.
Pay for the trip. You're letting them travel for free, dude. For their free ski, they traveling. Even though you're not paying them to be there, you're paying for the travel expenses. If somebody's willing to have an all-expense paid trip for me, I'm fucking going too. I don't give a fuck.
Cast of models that permanently accompany Bilzerian wherever he goes, despite Dan consistently stating that the girls were there voluntarily.
Do you pay these girls to come?
No. That's, okay, so
that's the big misconception,
yeah, I'm
right?
addressing that on my app.
However, the craziest part of the lawsuit outlined Dan's strange expenses, including $75,000 on a paintball field, $40,000 on a rock climbing wall, $60,000 on a Star Wars gun set, $31,000 on pool renovations, $50,000 on a bed frame, $15,000 on a ping pong table, and $88,000 on a vault, just to name a few. It was also stated that some business expenses charged to Ignite were for household items, groceries, and luxury yacht rentals, with a different former employee stating Ignite pays for everything. Models, events, yachts. Dan would just have it wrapped with the Ignite logo, and all of a sudden it was an Ignite expense, and he would send them the bill. Pools, trampolines, the employee added. His personal events that had nothing to do with the business. Dan responded by stating, "Some journalist said Ignite was funding my life. Bitch, I've been going hard for 10 years and been famous for going hard for 7. I started Ignite 2 years ago, raised around 100 mil, and I own the majority of the company, suck my dick." Although his arrogant—
Nah, hearing Sunny say suck my dick is crazy.
is around 100 mil, and I own the majority of the company, suck my dick. Although
That is actually top tier comedy.
his arrogant response failed to dismiss anything, especially the company's atrocious financial reports. Dan had spent a total of
69 million on sales of $69
million during Ignite's first year in business, which was offset by only $9.7 million in sales. Given the previously mentioned lawsuit explained how
this nigga was blowing through, oh my god, 69 million. You blew through 69 million and a company that only made 9? Is the math not mathing for you, gang? You cannot spend more than you intake. God damn, bro, it's not that hard to fucking save money, especially when you make that much. When you don't make a lot, I understand it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to save money because you gotta spend shit on. But you're making millions. You don't have to spend millions. Oh my God.
Terribly this money was spent, Ignite's stock price plummeted by almost 90% from $2.50 to a low of 28 cents in October 2020. As the media began to report on Dan's losses, he'd respond by stating Uber is worth $80 billion. It has never had a profitable month since it started, and it lost over $5 billion in one quarter last year. However, Ignite's financial losses weren't even the worst part. Ignite only had an audience because of Dan's extravagant life, which as a result of the lawsuit had been exposed as rented. His lifestyle was once mysterious and intriguing, but it lost its edge as soon as people realized it was just another business. On top of this, the whole mega rich guy on Instagram shtick was cool in 2014, but by 2020, everybody knew it was complete baloney, which began.
Here's the thing, bruh. Like, you can, back in 20, it was easy to like sell that lifestyle. Now, niggas is too invested. Niggas is too parasocial. They're gonna get to wondering where does he get this money? What does he do? What do you do actually? Like, who are you? What is this? You feel me? Niggas is too invested now. Niggas really don't care. And the thing is, chat, here's my thing. This is why also I feel like the shoe game is failing, like with resellers and shit. Niggas is broke, chat. Alright? Niggas is broke. Okay? So niggas is gonna find the cheapest way to look rich. They don't give a fuck if you rich now. They gonna find the cheapest way to. That's why niggas is buying shoes from Panda Buy. I don't blame them. Niggas are buying shoes from Panda Buy, buying clothes off Panda. They buying a bunch of shit to look rich. Niggas don't have the bread. So even if you have the bread, they really don't care. They don't care anymore.
Began to reflect in Dan's Instagram statistics. In May 2020, Dan almost completely stopped posting to Instagram, and by the end of the year, he'd begun to lose followers. In the meantime, the media speculated that he'd soon file for bankruptcy, to which Dan clapped back by tweeting a skeleton with the caption, "Or the dumbass journalist patiently waiting for Ignite to go bankrupt." Dan was right, Ignite wasn't filing for bankruptcy, but that didn't mean that things were going well. After losing 69 million in
like this, I literally only put it in a ponytail. It's just up, chat. Because I have a tattoo on my neck. How many times can you say niggas in a sentence? I can say it every other word. You know? Shit, I don't give a fuck.
2019, Ignite lost a further 19.7 million in 2020, during which the media released another strange detail. Dan Bilzerian's dad was supposedly running Ignite from behind the scenes. Now this was a problem for one main reason. Paul Bilzerian was a convicted felon who was legally prohibited from participating in publicly traded companies.
Yeah,
He'd spent a year in jail.
I did remember seeing that. In which video did we? I think it was another SunnyV2 video.
For fraud in the 90s, leading Dan to pretend that they weren't that close.
I talked to him probably 4 or 5 times a year.
However, according to one article, Paul Bilzerian has taken a less shadowy role within the company, sending thousands of emails between himself and other top executives at Ignite. This was only speculation at the time, but if Paul was in fact running the company, he was starting to do something right. Despite losing 19.7 million in 2020, Ignite actually recorded a profit in their final quarter, leading Dan to tweet, "Ignite announces a profitable fourth quarter." I guess the press and the dumb YouTubers were wrong, shocking, the reason for which being explained in a Forbes article. For one, Ignite cut costs, slashing a promotional budget by nearly 75%. Pandemics meant fewer parties, and for Ignite that meant a chance at profit. As economic conditions
Nigga only had a chance at profit because of the pandemic and you could not physically party. Do you know what that means? Like, your partying is costing your company. The only reason they had a profit is because you could not party like you used. Do you know how terrible you are for this company, actually?
Conditions improved in early 2021, the price of Dan's stock began to recover rapidly, quadrupling from 28 cents per share in October 2020 to $1.13 only 1 year later. In the process, Ignite increased its revenue from $16.9 million in 2020 to $78.8 million in 2021, at which point Dan made the claim that he wanted to sell the company.
$2 billion would be nice, because then I get over $1 billion.
However, the chance of achieving this kind of money began to look unlikely as the value of Dan's company began to fall off a cliff. The recovery made by Dan in 2021 was completely reversed throughout 2022, owed in part to one particular incident. The SEC is suing Ignite Brands Ltd for failing to produce documents as it attempts to pursue an accounting fraud investigation. According to the SEC case, SEC staff have uncovered information indicating that respondents may have filed public financial statements that include false or misleading representations regarding revenues.
They was lying about the numbers. Damn.
And recognized in the company's fiscal year ending December 1st, 2020. On top of potentially falsifying their revenue, the suit also revealed that Ignite was under criminal investigation for something unrelated. As a result, the stock was headed toward a new record low. However, Dan was able to fix this problem by removing Ignite from the stock exchange altogether. He provided no explanation for the company's removal. However, just 2 months later, media publication MJ Biz Daily somehow managed to interview Dan Bilzerian's dad, who said he is now serving as an unpaid advisor to his son's company.
Oh, now you're an unpaid advisor as soon as it's not a publicly traded company. Okay.
And was speaking on behalf of Ignite because Dan was unavailable to comment. He'd state there is no reason to have a public company unless you intend to raise capital from public markets, before going on to state though Ignite was publicly traded, about 90% of the company's shares are owned by Dan and friends. Dan likely thought that as a public figure he should have a public company, although this structure provided no real benefit and instead delivered unwanted attention from governing bodies and the media. Despite this, it was reported in March 2023 that Dan was still refusing to cooperate with governing bodies, and while Ignite's privatization means its income is no longer public, it doesn't really seem as though business has improved. Dan recently bragged on Ignite's Instagram by stating, "Best-selling vapes in South America," although the very top comment was, "Bro, I love you, but I never seen anyone smoking that."
Damn.
Ignite's Twitter page gets about 30 likes per post. The company's official TikTok page has under 4,000 followers,
Damn.
while Dan Bilzerian's personal social media isn't looking so healthy either. His main Instagram page is losing 100,000 followers per month, owed in part to his complete inactivity, only uploading every once in a blue moon. When he does post, all of the most popular comments state, "So sad you have to pay for having ladies around you, haha, lol, such a sad life, and I don't know why I still follow this dude." In January 2021, Bilzerian was asked, "Dan, why are you barely active over Instagram recently?" To which he'd respond with, "Cause I just finished the 25th edit of my book, it's finally done." Yet Dan failed to return to Instagram after the book's release. However, only a couple of months ago on the Skinny Confidential podcast, Dan gave an updated explanation for why he'd quit everything.
I just don't care. Like, I feel like social media is like a video game I beat like 8 years ago, and I'm like, everybody's playing the same game. I'm like tired of playing it. Like, I look at social media like a cancer. Like, to me, I think it's the worst thing to be happening to society. So I just like,
what? You were dead ass, just said you did so. How is it all of a sudden a cancer? Now that nigga's just cooking your shit. That haircut is terrible, by the way. It does nothing for his ears. It makes his ears look fucking humongous. Right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't judge. Hey, you know what I'm saying? The haircut's trash. But I feel like he would still be doing social media if the company was profitable and he was profiting off social. Like, there's no reason for him to post because he's getting shit on social media. Now all of a sudden it's a cancer when you're on the bad side of the social media. Like, bruh.
Cringe to perpetuate that problem.
Dan seems quite resentful over his social media career and is perhaps sick of being hated. However, I can't imagine his next venture will make that any better. After seemingly spending a bit too much time with Andrew Tate, Dan Bilzerian is working on his own alpha male course and website called Sigma.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. We don't need another one of these niggas. God damn. Fuck. We don't need these. Niggas is selling courses, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't need nobody needs no fucking course. YouTube is free. If you want to learn how to be a man, go on YouTube. I mean, you don't buy no fucking course where the nigga is gonna tell you something. Like, bro, just if you're having trouble being the person you want to be, look for self-help books or something. Like a course. Like, first of all, nigga, you're failing right now at life currently. Listen, I'm not buying a course for a nigga that's he pays for bitches to be around him. He's in the hole. His business model failed. I'm not paying. Don't pay for that. And I guarantee you, there's niggas that's going to delete that. That's going to fucking pay for that shit, bro.
Society, yeah.
The thing I'm working on right now is a site where it's basically gonna like teach guys kind of like how. What's that? Yeah.
Sigma?
Yeah, it's gonna like teach guys how to be guys. You know, I feel like the.
Oh my god. This nigga got a tape daddy's dick in his mouth. Heavy. Oh yeah, I want a better website just like Daddy Tape. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Brother. Oh, brother.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
God damn. Like, damn.
If this generation has kind of like lost that.
And while such a venture would surely find an audience, it feels like a last-ditch unoriginal money grab, which is almost always a sign of having nothing left to offer.
Yeah. Oh man. Sound effect is killing me because these niggas is corny, man. W video though. Shout out SunnyV2. Always makes bangers. W video.